It's Shelley Stack, fifth after the third rotation on the balance beam. Now we're at the point where cautious optimism is the rule. Last night we were at the same point where we thought the Olympic team was decided, and then suddenly Dan Hayden's two falls from the cold steel of the high bar. Shelley Stack has her position locked, if only she does not make a major mistake.
And Al, so far she's not made a mistake. She doesn't quite have the polish that her teammates have as far as her dancing abilities, but she certainly has a difficulty in tumbling. Slight bend of the knees there.
Rhonda Fain has a 9.675 that moves her in front of Christy Phillips into 7th place.
Although you see little wobbles in her ankle, she's moving quite well. She's not holding back. She doesn't seem to be too cautious. But those bent knees are going to hurt her.
Right now it looks as though Bella Caroli will send 3 gymnasts on the main team and have both the backup alternates to the U.S. Olympic team.
And her dismount, double pike, little hop there. She had about 3 or 4 tenths of a point in bobbles and little mistakes.
To balance that statement I just made, to be fair, really, due in large part to bad luck, Don Peters will have no gymnasts on the U.S. Olympic team. I think Shelley's was good enough to do exactly what she needed the score to do for her.
And that, I think, is a credit to Bella in the way he teaches these athletes to concentrate and to be so focused, and once again to practice so many repetitions.
Her family moved to Houston from Endicott, New York, and her father wound up eventually losing his job, and there were some difficult times for the Stack family, but I don't think they're on their mind right now.
And as you can see, there's almost a relief as you get to this point in your routine. Once again, you can't give up, you can't stop concentrating, but you know it's the end, and you're off that 4-inch piece apparatus, and you can relax.
And we are waiting for the score for Shelley Stack, 15 years old, 74 pounds. Just a year ago, she was competing on the junior level and was second in the all-around. And we're seeing some mid-range numbers there. That's the score from Judge 4, not her final score. There are 6 judges. They throw out the high and the low and average the middle 4, and the score for Shelley Stack is a 9.575. And I don't think that will do her any damage. It will keep her position, I believe. And even if it had changed her position the slightest bit, she really had plenty of room on Melissa Marlowe. You don't have to win this thing. You just need to finish in the top 6. Now here's Hope Spivey. She is in the identical position as Shelley Stack was. Spivey just needs to get through the routine cleanly. But remember, the last time we checked in on Spivey, she had a rocky time on the balance beam.
She really has great power, and her music is to Cats, the Broadway musical Cats.
In the compulsories, Kathy, this was her best event. 9-9 was her score on floor exercise.
Although you can never get too complacent about any of the events because of the difficulty levels, this is a very good event for her. She begins with a double layout, one of the toughest moves in the competition. Body going around 2 times in a laid out position. Whoops, almost broke it there, but that will only be 2 tenths, and the judges will take into consideration the difficulty level. No problem there. Hope has some of the greatest difficulty in this exercise, as you will see at the end of her routine. She ends with what most gymnasts open with, and that is a full-in double back. Let's see if she throws it. another slight break. There's about 4/10 of a point in deduction for him.
Very expressive face. 17-year-old Hope Spivey. Originally from Suffolk, Virginia. Now she's a senior at Allentown Central Catholic High. It was a slightly flawed routine.
Well, we always talk about endurance on this last tumbling run, and you really need, it's like running the 440. You have to go all out, and when you've been under this much pressure for so long, sometimes that catches up with you.
There's Donna Strauss, her coach. A 9.20 will move her in front of Stack and onto the team. We'll see whether she gets it in a moment. U.S. Olympic team. Some very emotional hugs between her and her coach Bill Strauss and Donna Strauss. Her score is a 9.663. Now the routine still to come for the other gymnasts who simply must also get through to cleanly make the team include Brandy Johnson, Phoebe Mills, and Kelly Garrison-Steeves. Phoebe Mills was first after the third rotation. As a matter of fact, she has been first for quite some time as far as U.S. gymnastics are concerned. She comes from a background of many athletes, a background of athletic dedication, to be sure.
I'm totally dedicated to my sport because it's what I love doing, and I'm disciplined because I'll do anything that I have to do in order to achieve my goal.
15-year-old Phoebe Mills has a dream of one day being an Olympic champion. It's the dream that motivated her to move from Northfield, Illinois to Houston, Texas 4 years ago when she was only 11. Now she spends 7 hours a day, 6 days a week training. It's the only life she wants and knows.
You have to fight for it. You want to do everything extra possible in order to make it to the Olympics and to be at your best there. My mom moved down about a year and a half ago, and that was really good for me because I'd been away from home for so long, and I was beginning to miss my family and my mom more and more, and so I really needed somebody down here that would be there, you know, love me and stuff like that. I can't really lay off any time because I have such little time until the Olympics. I always need to be working out.
Go, go, go. Let's go. Phoebe is just a young athlete with a tremendous dedication and desire. She does not want to impress through her personal appearance. She wants to impress through her performances. And that's very important.
Well, it was a pretty big decision whether I should stay in school or not. I tried to stay in it for as long as possible, and I was in it last year. I really had to focus myself on my gymnastics if I wanted to do well. And so school was kind of just a nuisance at that time. The thing that keeps me going is the Olympics. If it ever gets hard, I think of all that I've done so far and what I want to get to and all that I've sacrificed, and that it'd be like a total waste if I just gave it all up.
Well, Kathy, I know the standings reveal her status right now, but is she the best one in America right now?
She is the best, and she has 90% determination and the rest talent, but she is our biggest hope, I think, for a medal.
In a moment, it will be Phoebe Mills' chance in the last rotation here in Salt Lake City as Coca-Cola presents the U.S. Olympic trials, and we'll have more after this message and a word from our local stations.